Thinking about buying your first home in 2025? You're not alone, and you're definitely not the only one wondering, can I actually do this without losing my mind or my savings account? Between mortgage rates, confusing terms, and wild headlines, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, but I promise it's not as complicated as it looks. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what you really need to know as a first-time home buyer. We're talking how to know if you're ready, what kind of loan might work best, what to expect with budgeting, house hunting, and the whole buying process. And I'll keep it simple. No jargon, no lectures, and maybe even a joke or two if you behave. So let's get to it. First things first, before we even touch mortgages, let's talk about you. Are you actually ready to buy a home? This isn't just about your wallet, it's about where you're at in life. Ask yourself, do I plan to live in the same area for the next 3 to 5 years? Do I have a reliable job or an income source? Is my credit in decent shape? Now that doesn't mean it has to be perfect, just not a total mess. And here's a big one. Am I ready to be in charge of fixing stuff when it breaks? Because when the toilet leaks, and it will, there's no landlord to call. It's all you, the homeowner hero. Also, let's kill this myth once and for all. You do not need 20% down to buy a house. That's old school thinking. In fact, most first-time home buyers put way less. I've had clients close with 5%, 3%, even 0% down. And no, they didn't have to rob a bank to do it. More on that in a sec. Next, let's talk about money. You've probably looked at homes online and thought, $450,000, how do people afford that? But here's the trick. Instead of focusing on the total price, start with the monthly payment. Ask yourself, what's the most I'm comfortable paying each month? Not just what a lender says I can afford, but what fits your lifestyle. If you're renting for $2,000 a month and managing fine, that's a great place to start. Home ownership comes with new stuff though. Property taxes, homeowners insurance, maybe HOA fees, and more importantly, maintenance. Rule of thumb, plan for $100 to $200 a month in maintenance costs because things do break, grass does grow, and apparently roofs don't last forever. Who knew? Bottom line, let the monthly payment guide you more than the listing price. That's the number that matters. Okay, you've looked at your numbers, you're feeling ready, now what? Step 3, get pre-approved. I'm not talking about those quick online quizzes that say you can afford $1 million mansion. I'm talking a real pre-approval where a lender or a loan officer like myself looks at your pay stubs, your credit, your assets, and gives you a green light with actual numbers behind it. Here's why this is huge. It shows sellers you're serious. Sometimes you can't even look at homes without a pre-approval or a pre-qualification letter. You're not going to waste your time looking at homes that you can't actually afford. And it helps catch any red flags before you're under contract and there's a time crunch. Think of it like going shopping with a gift card versus a mystery box. The pre-approval gives you the confidence and the clarity that you'll need. Now to get a pre-approval, when you're talking to a loan officer, expect to give them W-2s or tax returns, bank statements, most recent pay stubs, and they're probably gonna have to do a credit check. And no, it doesn't mean you're locked into that lender or that loan officer. It just means you're now in the game. So let's take a quick tour through mortgage land. Don't worry, I'll keep this simple and jargon-free. You've got a few main options. FHA loans are perfect if your credit isn't amazing or your savings are still recovering from student loans. FHA loans require a minimum of 3.5% down. We have conventional loans, which if your credit is solid and you've saved up at least 3 to 5% down, this might be the best route to go. And keep in mind, conventional loans aren't just for the perfect borrower anymore, especially when we're talking about first-time home buyers. We have VA loans. If you're a veteran or active duty, you may qualify for 0% down and the benefits top-notch. USDA loans, yes, like the meat label, this one's for rural areas and offers 0% down too. And guess what? There are also down payment assistance programs in many states. Some are grants, others are second loans with low payments or no payments at all. I broke this down in a previous video, check it out here. You don't need to figure out all this on your own though. That's what I'm here for. I'll help match the loan to your life, not the other way around. Now we get to the fun part, house hunting. But before you get hypnotized by granite countertops and Pinterest perfect kitchens, remember this, focus on function. Ask yourself, does the location make sense for your job, your family, your lifestyle? Is the neighborhood safe, walkable, quiet, or whatever matters most to you? Will this home hold its value over time? It's easy to fall in love with all the shiny stuff, but smart buyers are thinking long-term. And remember this is your first home, not necessarily your dream forever home. It's okay if the bathroom's not your favorite shade of white. Paint exists for a reason. Now you found the one, you're ready to commit, and it's time to make an offer. But this isn't like bidding on eBay, it's a strategic move. Your offer will include the price, how much you want to pay for the house, closing timeline, how fast do you want to close, an inspection period, whether you're asking for the seller to help with closing costs, and in competitive markets, the cleanest offer often wins, not just the highest price. This is why having a good realtor and a strong loan officer like myself behind you makes a difference. We work as a team to make your offer look strong and get you that house that you're dreaming of. Once your offer is accepted, the real fun begins, the escrow period. Here's what happens. First up, you've got an inspection. You're gonna hire someone, usually through your realtor, to check out the house. Think of it like a home health checkup. You're gonna make sure there's no major issues with the house before you decide to move in. Then after the inspection, we're gonna have the appraisal. This is where I come in. I'm gonna send someone out that's a third party just to tell the bank, hey, this house is worth what you're actually going to buy it for. Banks aren't gonna lend you $500,000 if the home really is only worth $300,000. We also have underwriting going on where the lender or the bank is gonna review all your documents again to make sure you're still good to go. And during this time, please, please, please do not change jobs, do not buy a new car, do not open new credit cards even if the cashier says you're gonna save 10% today. Say no. Please be responsive during this time, communicate, stay calm because you're almost there. And then closing day is here. You're gonna sign a big stack of papers, your hand might cramp, but pro tip, bring some snacks. At the end of it, you get the keys. This is the moment everything becomes real. You have now done it. After that, you move in, you change the locks, take that cheesy "we bought a house" photo for social media, and enjoy it because you've earned it. And here's a pro tip. Set aside a little emergency fund for the surprise expenses like a water heater with trust issues or a mystery stain on the carpet you swear wasn't there during the tour. Buying your first home might seem overwhelming, but with the right people and the right team behind you, it becomes one of the most exciting milestones in your life. You don't have to do this alone. I help first-time homebuyers every day figure out their options, get approved, and find a home that fits their story. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, hit subscribe, and reach out if you want someone in your corner when you're ready to start this journey. Thanks for watching, congrats in advance on your future front door, and I'll see you in the next video.